Who is the quickest independent, extremely rich person ever? While it took Warren Buffett 55 years to join the Tycoons Club, Jay Walker, in a real sense, did it in under a year. He sent off Priceline.com during the dot-com air pocket, and his total assets quickly bounced from zero to billions, yet that wasn't supportable in light of the fact that when the air pocket burst, his total assets squashed also. Buffett is as yet on the first spot on the list, and he doesn't appear to go anyplace at any point in the near future. That is the sort of abundance you need to construct the round of cash. Is difficult. It's extreme, cutthroat, and merciless. Also, on the off chance that you don't have a clue about the lines, you are ill-fated to come up short. The issue with the vast majority is that they could buckle down their whole lives. However, end up poor Dan of their excursion, since they don't have the foggiest idea how to allow their cash to get much more cash flow. All in all, they don't have the foggiest idea how to contribute. We should accept that you have been setting aside cash and have an additional $1,000 in your financial balance. That is as of now an accomplishment in light of the fact that almost 70% of Americans don't have an additional $1,000. So rather than spending it on one more futile device or a couple of shoes that you will wear once, and afterwards saving your closet for a long time before you at last discard it, we should expect that you will put away that cash. Be that as it may, the inquiry is, how would you contribute your initial $1,000? Do you put it in land or the financial exchange? What sort of stocks do you purchase? Is $1,000 to the point of beginning contributing? We will respond to these inquiries and some more. So offer this video a go ahead and we should begin. To get what contributing is and how can it functions. Think about this model. Suppose you took a stab at the saved $300,000. You can visit a Ferrari store and get yourself an extravagant vehicle and let everybody in on how fruitful are you. Or then again, you can purchase land and lease consistently. You will get something like $2,000. To continue to get the $2,000 check consistently, you can sell it and get back your underlying speculation. The worth of your venture could even appreciate, truth be told. So you will sell it at a greater expense, and that is the manner by which cash brings in cash, yet you can't buy a land for $1,000. That is not even enough for an upfront installment. In any case, that doesn't mean you can't contribute $1,000 somewhere else and allow it to develop. The most straightforward way is simply to store it into a bank account and produce revenue. Be that as it may, how could the bank pay you for keeping your cash in the bank? Shouldn't they charge you, all things considered? Presently you see the bank will take your cash and credit it to another person at a higher rate and would impart to you a piece of that benefit. That is the manner by which banks work in short. The main issue this procedure is that premium on store's account is low to the point that it doesn't worth the effort. The most elevated rate you presumably can get is 0.8%, and that actually intends that assuming you put $1,000 into a bank account, a year from now, he will get an additional $8, which is very low on the grounds that the Fed focuses on an expansion pace of 2 to 3%, and that implies on the off chance that you're not getting something like 2 or 3% over the long haul. The genuine worth of your $1,000 will devalue, and that implies you can purchase with it less great consistently. In any case, why financing costs are so coming up short on store's account? Since loan costs overall are low this year, since the pandemic constrained the Fed to bring down them, to urge everybody to get cash and spend a little while from now once we escape this downturn, the Fed will increment loan fees to a couple or even 3%, and that implies financing costs on investment accounts will ascend also. Your subsequent choice is to purchase government bonds. An administration bond is security that is given by the public authority to fundraise, to help government spending. Say the public authority needs to construct a school, yet it doesn't have the cash to do that. So it gives an IOU, a piece of paper that says, whoever claims the security is owed this quite a bit of cash in addition to premium by the US government. Obviously, this is a distorted model, however that is the point in short government. Securities are vigorously affected by loan fees. So since loan fees are very low, this year, government security rates are under 1%, however 2 years prior, when financing costs were high, government securities rates were essentially as high as 3%, which isn't terrible. Since the public authority bonds are the most secure venture you can at any point make any speculation conveys with it a specific degree of chance. Assuming you're crediting cash to the US government, what are the possibilities that the US government will default on its advance for the US government to fail? The whole US economy could need to fall flat. That is the reason US government bonds are viewed as the most secure interest on the planet. Yet, to make a better yield, suppose 10, 20 or 30%, then you need to think about putting resources into the financial exchange. For instance, Amazon stock cost expanded by more than 80%. Simply this year, Google stock cost rose by practically 30%. Tesla stock expanded by 721%. Indeed, you heard that right. 721%. Then the inquiry is the reason: could anybody contribute somewhere else when they can twofold, or even triple their cash in the securities exchange? The response is risk with regards to government bonds. For instance, there isn't a lot of hazard. Truth be told, it's without gamble partially, yet with regards to individual organizations, there is a gamble that the organization could fall flat. It could report negative profit. Basically any bad news, think up, the stock cost down, the organization could deliver an item. Also, in the event that people in general could do without it, that can make a few pessimistic features, which can drive the cost down. So with significant yields comes more gamble. Apple is a deeply grounded organization, and its opportunities to come up short are way lower than Tesla, for instance. Yet it likewise has less space to develop than Tesla. That is the reason Tesla developed by 721% this year, however Apple by 70%. What you need to decide for the stock is how much gamble you can take without going crazy. Assuming that $1,000 is all that you have left, perhaps gambling with everything isn't the savvy's choice, since, in such a case that things turn south, you can wind up losing most benefit. So the manner in which financial backers limit the gamble in the securities exchange is by putting resources into a list. The most well-known one is the S&P 500, which tracks top 500 US organizations. So a record asset would essentially put resources into these best 500 US organizations. A portion of these organizations will come up short, yet others will develop, deciding by chronicled information. The normal return rate for the S&P 500 since the 1920s was around 10%. This implies purchasing a portion of these file bonds implies you're purchasing a little offer in the main 500 US organizations. My 3 top most loved record reserves are VO or Vanguard 500 File Store, Triple QA File Reserve by Invesco, and Loyalty Zero Complete Market List Reserve. Every one of them are incredible and put resources into basically precisely the same organizations. Be that as it may, how would you purchase partakes in this record reserves? Well, where do you begin first? You really want to observe a specialist, somebody who is able to sell the stocks previously. It was generally somebody you needed to pick your telephone and call him and request that he sell you a few offers. Recall the Wolf of Divider Road? He would go through his whole day calling individuals and attempt to sell them worth the stocks. Yet, say thanks to God we are in 2020, and things are greatly improved and simpler. Financier firms made applications with the goal that you can purchase shares from the solace of the cell phone, for example, Robinhood, Webull, and so on. You should simply download one of these applications and sign up, and you can begin contributing immediately. As a matter of fact, assuming you utilize the connection underneath to open a Webull account, you will get 2 free stocks. Simply a disclaimer, it's an associate connection, however you will get your 2 free stocks. Isn't so astonishing? That is a decent method for beginning. I would agree that really take a look at the connection in the portrayal. I made an honest effort to make this video as basic as conceivable with the goal that whoever needs to begin contributing can begin immediately. Frequently, what happens is that you need to begin contributing, yet you have 1 million inquiries and you begin Googling various stuff and get depleted after some time. And afterward you simply surrender and attempt once more a couple of months after the fact, perhaps. So I attempt to address each of your inquiries here in this brief video. So assuming you have found this video accommodating, try to offer it a go ahead, and in the event that you're new around here, buy in and turn on your notices. A debt of gratitude is in order for watching. What's more, until sometime later. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumb up and share with your friend. Thank you for watching.